Oh, Venus, you silly thing. This bright, beautiful planet is hiding something from us – 3 massive asteroids. The problem is that these invisible space rocks can travel dangerously close to Earth and maybe even hit us. No one knows for sure when or if it'll happen, but the risk is real. This chilling discovery was just published by researchers from the University of Sao Paulo in Brazil. They've been studying a unique group of asteroids that are kind of like Venus's copycats. You see, some asteroids like to tag along on the same path as planets. Most of them follow Jupiter, but Venus has some followers too. These are called co-orbital asteroids. In Venus's case, scientists have found around 20 of them so far. The tricky part is that these asteroids don't always stick to the same routine. They stay on Venus's orbital path, but instead of moving smoothly around the Sun, things start to get a little weird. Some of them slide into new stable spots along the orbit. Others take an even more unusual route. They form a looping, horseshoe-shaped path. And while these asteroids don't get too close to Venus itself, Earth isn't so lucky. Some of them might cross our path, and when that happens, the chances of a collision go way up. So the scientists decided to check just how visible these asteroids really are. And the situation is tricky. These space rocks move along a path that keeps them close to Venus, but also right in a blind spot. From Earth, they hang out in parts of the sky that are always washed out by sunlight. It's like trying to find a tiny speck of dust flying around in front of a huge spotlight. Not easy. And if we can't see them clearly, we also can't track them properly. And if we don't know where they're headed, we can't say whether they'll just pass by peacefully or head straight in our direction. So, are these asteroids actually dangerous to us? To figure that out, we first need to agree on what makes an asteroid a real threat. So, according to NASA, every year, a rock about the size of a car speeds through space on a collision course with our planet. Luckily, Earth's atmosphere steps up like a giant safety net. Instead of crashing down, the rock burns up in the sky, lighting up the night as a bright meteor or fireball. Now, if a small one did manage to hit the ground, it could cause some damage, maybe knock over trees or destroy buildings. But it wouldn't be the kind of disaster that could wipe out an entire city. It would be serious, sure, but not world-ending. According to the study, the asteroids we really need to watch out for are the ones that are about 460 feet and might come close to Earth's orbit. After figuring that out, the team built advanced models and ran detailed simulations to check how many of Venus's co-orbital asteroids could fit this category. The research pointed to 6 asteroids. Still, there's no need to panic. It could take up to 12,000 years for any of these asteroids to shift into a path that brings them near Earth. So, chances are, we won't be around to see that happen. Still, you do want to eat right and, get some exercise. But I have to be candid, a lot can happen over the next years. Many different forces out there in space can mess with an asteroid's path. And since these space rocks are hidden from our view most of the time, making accurate predictions is nearly impossible. No one can say for sure that an impact won't happen sooner. As far as we know, it could happen this summer. Among the 6 potentially dangerous asteroids following Venus, 3 of them are especially worrying. So, let's meet them. Asteroid number 1 is called 2020 SB. It's a massive space rock about the size of the Eiffel Tower. Next up is asteroid 524522. It's a bit smaller than the first, but still carries enough power to cause major damage if it ever hits Earth. And then we have asteroid 2020 CL1, the biggest of the trio, measuring about 1,280 feet. Now, these asteroids could come as close as 46,500 miles to Earth's orbit. Now, just to compare, the Moon orbits at an average distance of 240,000 miles. So yeah, that's way too close for comfort. Now, what if one of these giant space rocks actually crashes into Earth? In the best-case scenario, it would land in an empty area far from cities. But even then, it would leave a crater between 1.4 and 2.1 miles wide. But the real danger is the energy that would be released upon impact. It could be over 1 million times more powerful than what happened to Hiroshima back in 1945. This level of risk lands right in the red zone of the Torino Impact Hazard Scale. You see, that's a scale from 0 to 10 that measures how likely and how destructive an asteroid impact could be. And red means serious business. In case of our 3 asteroids, they would be ranked at level 8 on the scale. That means a collision could cause serious destruction in the area where it hits, wiping out a large region if it strikes land, or even triggering tsunamis if it crashes near the coast. But of course, that's only if all the models and calculations are perfectly accurate. So what can we actually do about all this? Well, counting on just one telescope mission isn't enough. Telescopes, especially the ones based here on Earth, can only see certain parts of the sky at certain times. Their view is limited by things like weather, daylight, and even the angle of the object. That means we might catch only short glimpses of these potentially dangerous asteroids, and quick sightings aren't enough to predict their movements or understand their full paths. To really keep track of them, we need more eyes in the sky, and better ones. Thankfully, 2 upcoming facilities are about to make this job a whole lot easier. The first is the Vera C. Rubin Observatory in Chile. With its massive field of view, it can scan huge chunks of the night sky all at once. And thanks to its giant set of mirrors, it can collect loads of starlight, enough to spot even the tiniest and faintest space objects out there. In just 3 to 6 months, this observatory could discover up to 1 million new asteroids. This means it could double the number of known asteroids in no time. Then, NASA plans to launch a special space observatory built just to hunt down asteroids. It's called the Near-Earth Object Surveyor. Since it'll be in space, it won't have to deal with clouds or sunlight blocking the view. Using a super-sensitive infrared telescope, it'll be able to detect space rocks hiding in the glow of the sun, the ones we can't normally see from Earth. Although these new observatories will be a big help, the Brazilian researchers believe we need to take it even further. They suggest launching a dedicated space mission, ideally one stationed near Venus. The space telescope orbiting close to Venus could give us regular and reliable chances to spot and track these sneaky asteroids that keep slipping past our current tools. And the sooner we know about the danger, the more time we have to do something about it. Luckily, NASA has already shown that it's possible to push an asteroid off course. You might remember the successful DART mission back in 2022. In that mission, a spacecraft was sent to crash into an asteroid, and it worked. The impact shifted the asteroid's path, proving we have the power to protect ourselves. Now, NASA and space agencies around the world are exploring even more creative ways to defend Earth. Because when it comes to cosmic threats, being ready is everything. That's it for today. So hey, if you pacified your curiosity, then give the video a like and share it with your friends. Or if you want more, just click on these videos and stay on the bright side.